What's up, Achievers? Lauren Pack here, and today we're talking all about T-spine mobility. There are several different reasons why you need good T-spine mobility. Your T-spine is the upper part of your back, from right below your neck to about the mid-back, that really needs to be able to rotate, to flex, and to extend. And if you don't have that ability, it can really limit you in everyday life activities as well as different activities in the gym. For instance, if you have limited T-spine extension, a limited ability to open up through your shoulders and reach overhead, that could have implications in everyday life, such as being able to put your overhead luggage up overhead or being able to reach something really high. You could also limit your ability to do certain exercises in the gym, like overhead presses or pull-ups. And if you have limited rotation through your T-spine, it can really limit you in everyday activities such as turning and reaching for something or turning and looking for something. And if you do that without adequate T-spine mobility, you may end up feeling the pain in your lower back or in your neck and the surrounding joints. So what we want to do today is give you some drills that you can do to work on T-spine extension, T-spine rotation, and also T-spine flexion. All of these drills are going to be really important to help mobilize your thoracic spine and help you to move better overall. First thing you want to think about is posture. So if you're standing with your shoulders rounded forward all the time in this forward posture, it's really difficult to actually raise your arms overhead and to get that T-spine extension. So oftentimes the reason that we stand in this rounded over posture is because we're really tight through our upper backs. So we're going to start with foam rolling. What you want to do is grab a foam roller and place it on the floor, sit out in front of it, and lay back so that it's around your mid to upper back. From there, you're going to take your hands behind your head, bring your elbows in toward each other, keep your chin tucked, and start to just roll up and down the middle of your back. While you're doing this, you don't really need to go to your lower back. Your spine is just going to be in the way, but by getting your elbows in and your hands behind your head, you're going to get your shoulder blades out of the way so you can really get into that soft tissue of your upper back. Starting with foam rolling is going to start to loosen up the muscles a little bit, especially if you've had a day of sitting at a desk rounded over. Just opening up and rolling those muscles out is going to really help. After you're done rolling up and down, we can start with our first extension drill. And extension drill number one is literally called extensions over the foam roller. So what you're going to do is now you're going to sit your butt down on the ground. You're not going to lift your hips anymore. You're going to keep your butt down on the ground, have the roller at about mid-back. Hands behind your head, elbows tucked in, and keep your chin tucked down. We're not looking for neck extension here, but just upper back extension. Once you're in position, we're going to think about extending over the roller, bringing your head back toward the floor, but without throwing your head back, and just doing that nice and slowly, getting that full extension, and then coming all the way back up. We want to do that same spot 3 or 4 times. And from there, you're going to move yourself forward so that the roller comes higher up on your back. Once the roller's in a little bit of a higher spot, you're going to go through that same motion again 3 to 4 times, and then move forward one more time, roller a little bit higher, and another set of 3 to 4 extensions there. Our second extension drill is going to be a bench T-spine extension. So for this one, we're going to set up with a bench out in front of you, a mat down on the floor for your knees, and we need a PVC pipe or some sort of dowel that you can hold onto. You're going to kneel down, place your elbows on the bench with your palms facing you, holding the dowel. Now from here, the first step is to make sure that you round your lower back. We actually don't want your lower back to be an extension. We want to make sure that your lower back is locked in, so we're just isolating the thoracic spine, the T-spine. So round your lower back, sit your hips back to your heels, and sink your chest down toward the floor. From there, once you've sunk your chest down, you're feeling a good stretch, then you're going to take your hands and pull them back toward your shoulders to get a little bit of an extra stretch there through the triceps. This is going to help you not only with T-spine extension, but just with overall overhead mobility. Next, we're going to show you 2 drills for T-spine rotation. The first one's going to be called a quadruped heel sit T-spine extension rotation. So for this one, you're going to get on all fours, you're going to sit back to your heels, place one hand behind your head, you're going to reach that elbow all the way through your other arm, and then rotate elbow all the way up toward the ceiling. And you want to look where you're going the whole time, so you're looking through your arm and then looking up toward the ceiling. You also want to think about using your breath while you're doing this. So as you reach your elbow through your arm, you're going to inhale, and then as you rotate away, you're going to exhale. And that's going to help you get a little bit further and further with each repetition. For this drill, we recommend doing anywhere from 8 to 12 reps on each side. Each time you rotate, try to get just a little bit further and feel a little bit more of a stretch. Our second drill for rotation is a sideline T-spine extension rotation with a foam roller. So for this one, you're going to set up so that the foam roller is next to you. You're going to lie on your side and bring your knee up on the roller so that your knee is above 90 degrees. That's really important. You want to make sure your knee is up high so that you're not going to allow your lower back to do much of the movement. Here you're going to take your bottom arm and grab your knee to keep it in place, and you're just going to rest your head on a pillow or a foam mat. Then you're going to rotate at a diagonal, letting your thumb turn toward the floor, really opening up and going nice and slow so that you get a good rotation and extension through your T-spine. Perform this drill 8 to 12 times on that side, and then go ahead and flip over and do it on the other side. And finally, we don't want to forget about flexion. For most of us, we're a little bit too rounded forward, so we need more extension work, but for some of us, we actually have a really flat T-spine, and we actually have a hard time getting into flexion. So if that's the case for you, we want to show you a drill that helps work on that as well. Our drill for flexion is going to be a cat-cow. You've probably seen this in yoga, but what you're going to do is you're going to drop down into all fours. You're going to start by pressing your upper back up toward the ceiling as much as you can, rounding over, and then relaxing and arching your back and looking up at the ceiling. When you're pushing into the floor, really think about rounding your upper back, spreading your shoulder blades, and really allowing yourself to flex over. You're going to go through that nice slow movement pattern of flexion and extension about 8 to 10 times, again, just like all the other drills. So those are the T-spine drills that we have for you today. We really hope that those help you out. If you're feeling stiff in your upper back, try all these different variations, and hopefully it'll just give you a little bit more freedom of movement through your upper body for your everyday life activities and for your activities in the gym. If you like this video, please hit that little thumbs up button below, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and until next time, peace, love, and muscles.